So some people could argue that digital is more transparent, but I would sort of argue it's more measured, but it's less transparent than a lot of markets are. And to really have a mature market, we need to be really transparent about what's going on in our ecosystem. I think it's particularly important with video when the reach component of video is such a critical baseline. Knowing that and understanding how consumers are watching video online, when they're watching it, where they're watching it, and how the ads are fitting into that ecosystem is critical to us getting online video to the next level. I think traditionally we've really hidden a lot of stuff about online video in a black box because we've been afraid that it doesn't really align with traditional TV, and that's 100% true. The way people watch video online isn't everybody sitting down at 7 o'clock and all watching Charlie Bit My Finger at the same time. It's very different. Sometimes it's for 30-second clips at a time, and I think we have to not be afraid of that and open up, not just, a lot of people think of transparency in terms of site list, but that's just the tipping point of a transparent market. It's, it's all the facets of the viewing environment, the quality of the experience. Time of day is a pretty simple one. So when are people watching it? When are your ads completing? When are people engaging with them? When is brand lift highest? But even down to the size of the player. So there's a player on YouTube, which is a very different size from a player on Hulu. And how does that affect the experience? There's very different browser sizes. So there might be an in-page player. It's a very different experience than a streaming player. And bringing that data to brands is when we can really start being innovative. Data transparency is needed for the right type of innovation. Even when we just have started bringing some of this data to our brand managers and our clients directly, it's amazing how quickly we've evolved over just the course of a few months with that amount of transparency. And sometimes they're initially like, well, I don't like that people are watching video at 2 a.m. And then all of a sudden they're coming to us with, I have a good idea about how we can maximize that. There is some arbitrage that occurs in our space without transparency, and it allows people to take advantage of maybe things below the fold and running your media and driving 100% completion rates of your ad. But if your ads aren't being seen, they're not making any value to the consumer, and we're only hurting our space overall because that value eventually is just going to be continually pushed to the bottom and commoditized. So getting everyone in the ecosystem invested in transparency will drive the right innovation for brand marketers.